Te malolele, kia ora, talofa lava, bula vinaka, everyone. My name is Justine Mesui. I'm Tongan. I'm a whae, a mama, an auntie, a sister, and a daughter to many. I'm a qualified general practitioner and have been practicing medicine in Aotearoa for over 20 years. I have cared for hundreds of expectant mothers and delivered many babies. I have worked with many young people as a medical professional and voluntarily in the community here in New Zealand and overseas for many years and am passionate about their well-being. I'm against anything that would hinder their longevity and success. I therefore oppose the proposed legislation and bill. A birth certificate is a legal document. It is a declaration, an announcement and witness to a significant historical event that took place on a certain date at a specific time. It is tapu, it is sacred. The biological gender recorded is based and determined by the expert knowledge and experience of trained and qualified medical professionals who were involved in the care of this child before and after birth. For a person without scientific qualifications, experience, and understanding of biology to change this information undermines the authority and judgment of the medical profession. It is rebellious and disrespectful. It has serious implications regarding the future health of this person. The biological sex of every person is determined from conception, which is encrypted on every cell of their body by their DNA. They are marked XX female or XY male. You cannot change this physiological at a cellular level. It is a predetermined fact. What you are biologically is different to how you feel, how you may feel. From the point of delivery, we as health professionals care and treat each person respectfully according to their gender because we realize that there are physical differences between the two sexes. As doctors, we reassure parents that their boy or their girl is doing well. At a 6-week check as a GP, we take their height and weight, and we reassure the parents that their child or the young person, their adolescent, is doing well according to the measurements that we have that are based for that particular sex. Changing this law will prevent us as doctors providing patients with truthful and accurate information regarding their health. It opens the door to misdiagnosis and late diagnosis of disease simply because we were not able to track correctly. As doctors, we use national screening programs and guidelines to help us detect diseases earlier on in our patients, forecasting heart disease risk, diabetes, stroke risk, which is different for men and women, cervical, breast, prostate cancer risk. We are trained to look at patterns, family history, so that we can quickly identify and target oncoming disease. In screening and detecting illness earlier, we are able to aggressively treat disease and save lives. That's what we do. If this bill is passed, we will tragically have a disastrous health system. We will have a backlog in our health system of undiagnosed disease because our tools of measurements will no longer apply. Our hands will be tied. We will have patients who could be your friends, your mother, your father, your moko, your sister, sitting as a time bomb on undiagnosed cancers simply because there is a denial of the existence of an organ such as a cervix, a uterus, a prostate, or a breast because of how they identify. Heart disease and stroke, diabetes will be undertreated and poorly treated, again, because us as doctors, we don't have the right data. We will have poor maternity care and complications of a baby that apparently did not exist until it was delivered in emergency department by a female. We will have a health system that is chaotic and confused. We will not be able to practice. What's worse is our Māori and our Pacific communities who already suffer inequities, and we know they do not engage with the health system, they will miss out and they will die earlier. The implications of this bill will spill into all areas of health. Did you consult with the medical profession widely, not only the mental health, but all the areas of the medical profession when you were prescribing and constricting this bill? Young people are transitioning, and as I said, I have worked for many years with young people. I have counseled many that have struggled with identity, gender issues, and as we know, overseas studies show that 80–90% of them revert back to normal. Many of these young people that I've worked with for over 20 years here and overseas, they normally have pre-existing background history of family issues, family violence, a lack of an affirming mother or father. And what I have found is that when those issues are treated, they are not necessarily connected to their gender dysphoria. Some of them will conclude that I have a gender dysphoria issue, which is the basis for my depression or my anxiety. But what I found with my over years of 20 years of experience, that is not correct. Sexual abuse is an area that I'm passionate about. For many years, over 15 years, I have counseled young women who were raped in public toilets in a shopping mall, raped in a public pool by men and women. Do you understand that in passing this bill, you will have perpetrators who will definitely be on the board, and they will change their sex as frequently as they like to meet the purpose, to meet their and to fulfill their needs. What this is going to lead is an increase in mental health. It's going to be on your hands, guys, the lives of these young people. As a GP, I work with not only women who are casualties of sexual at 5 years old. Do you understand the implications of this bill? It will cost lives, it will cost the blood, it will cost not only early death in terms of death of natural death biologically, but it will cause huge trauma in our communities. As a
Justine, I'm going to have to pull you up because we're running out of time, but you certainly have made a passionate submission.
Absolutely. So basically, as a Pacific Island and as a Tongan, what I would just lastly say to you, these philosophies are not Pacific. Did you consult our Pacific communities about this? Because again, it is alien, it is discriminatory, again, it's racist, and it is not fair that you would bring us under this. We came to this country of New Zealand to serve. Give us the dignity and the respect that we deserve. Why don't you respect us? So in ending this, I would just say, consider seriously the implications of what this bill is going to have in this nation, the cost to the health system. I speak of the authority as a doctor that it will have on us, and the bloodshed of many in 10 years, 20 years to come.
So thank you, Jessica, for a very passionate submission. And actually, this is the consultation process that you've taken part in. So well done. And thank you for being part of it.
Thank you for hearing me. Malo albito o falahiatu.